Hello everyone, welcome back to our mains series, that is answer writing series. So today we have one question from GS2, that is institutions or government institutions. So the topic is Enforcement Directorate. Now Enforcement Directorate is always in news because of the misuse of that agency. Like there are speculations that agency is being misused by the political parties for scoring political grudges. So the question is, critically examine the powers of Enforcement Directorate, a government institution which has been in the limelight in recent times. Now it's a 10 marker questions already asked in various this year paper in state exams, and it's a potential question in UPSC mains also, because it is a topic which is always in news. Now the question is, we have to write in 10 marker means 150 words. We need to write the answer in 150 words. That too will critically examine the powers of ED. So it means what are the powers the ED has as per the acts, how the ED has come, what is the powers of ED, which acts, which laws can be enforced through ED. So, so first of all, in intro we can just give a small intro. ED is a multidisciplinary organization mandated with investigation of offences of money laundering and violation of foreign exchange. So basically ED is the organization which takes up cases which are related to any kind of foreign exchange violation. It means FEMA Act in 1999, Foreign Exchange Management Act, and PMLA Act, that is Prevention of Money Laundering Act of 2002. So it operates under the Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance. Now the prime objective of this act is the enforcement of these three laws, that is FEMA, that is Foreign Exchange Management Act, PMLA, that is Prevention of Money Laundering Act, and one more act is there, that is Fugitive Economic Offenders Act. It also came in 2018. It's all, these are all mostly economic offenses. Fugitive means anyone is leaving the country, has done an economic offense and has become a fugitive, went outside the country, left the country. So this is the act which was brought into place in 2018. So ED has the powers in the enforcement of these three, basically mainly importantly or primarily these three laws. Now these three laws individually you need to go through it because of they may be asked in prelims. But the question, because we are going through the mains series, so they may not ask directly from this law, but these are the laws which will come into place, or something you need to know when you write overall answer about ED. So we can start the answer. Recently ED is in news for doing raids and filing multiple cases on politicians and private individuals, and it is speculated that ED is being misused as a tool for political grudges. Now see, I mentioned the word speculated because you cannot simply blame the government here in your answer. It is doing this. There is a speculation in the whole political scenario. You see in news, people are talking about it. So as a bureaucrat, you should not write here that ED is misusing or the political parties is misusing. There is a speculation, may happen, may not happen. There are always two sides of the story. So here it is being speculated that ED is being misused as a tool for political grudges. Now I'll straight come to the point, because it is a 10 marker, so we do not have much words to write, because we have to write only in 150 words. Within 150 words we need to follow the UPSC stipulation, the guidelines. It is asking 150 means we need to be within 150. Max to max you can go for 160 or 165, 170, not more than that. So in critical analysis, because the question straight is asking about critically examine, and that too it is a 10 marker. So we'll come to the point. So first of all, in 2021 there was an amendment. The center can extend the tenure from 2 years to 5 years. Usually it is a 2 year, but now the center can extend. Again, it is prone to misuse. Okay, it can be extended from 2 to 5 years. Who has the power? Center has the power. The director of ED can be increased. The tenure can be increased by the central government. Now powers of ED. Now ED has power to arrest under PMLA. It has the power after doing all those investigation, and it has the power to arrest. So it can be also, again, may be misused by the government. search and seizure without calling the person for questioning. Without calling the person for questioning, the ED has the power to search and seizure also. Again, prone to misuse. Expansion of power to ED under PMLA. Now initially it was only 6 offences, only 6. Now 30 offences have come into the act. Like 30 offences can be investigated by the ED. So it means again the power is being expanded. The power has already been expanded to 30 offences. A lot of new offences have also come into place. For example, cryptocurrency, any kind of nowadays, any kind of new thing, because of technological like technology has come into place, so it is being used in economic crimes also. I have mentioned it. In 2023, Ministry of Finance has expanded the scope of PMLA. So in PMLA Act, the scope has been increased by adding the activities related to virtual digital assets and cryptocurrency under the Act. Now these two things have been added into the scope of PMLA Act. Now PMLA Act is enforced by the Directorate of Enforcement Directorate, or ED we can say, which I've already mentioned before. So the thing is, these two things also directly comes under PMLA, so it can be also misused. See, investigation, then going to the court, then things happening later, that is a very, because courts usually take time. But the thing is, when these things are done, when ED misuses it, now one kind of thing goes, a perception goes out in the public, okay, before getting the final result in the court, whether he is guilty or not, but a perception goes. So these are the things which are misused. PMLA is the only act in the country in which a statement recorded before an investigating officer is admissible in the court of law. Now PMLA Act is the only act. Any statement recorded in front of the investigating officer, usually it is not admissible in the court of law, but here it is admissible in the court of law. Only goes for PMLA, and again PMLA, it is enforced by Enforcement Directorate. Okay. Now, rampant misuse and increase in PMLA and FEMA cases clearly shows it is a political interference. If you see, it has increased. So if you do not know the exact figure, not an issue. The average figure you can write now, including PMLA and FEMA cases. So it is increasing. There is an increase in the number of cases, and that too the conviction rate also very low. People are not getting convicted because it will go to a court. It takes time. Conviction rate is very low. So in a way you can say the speculation of ED being misused by the center is correct. But the thing is, I'm just giving an overview here. I'm not writing you whether it is correct or not, but the conviction rate is low. The cases have increased. So this is the fact or figure which is there in the public domain. That is the thing we are putting it out. Okay, we are putting it out in our answer. Now way forward. Now, what all things can be done? What all things can be done to stop this or to improve the situation? First of all, we have to enhance the legal framework. Clarity is required. Clarity of powers. Okay. Now, guarding against political misuse. Now, political misuse is done. Interference is done. How to guard it? That thing. First of all, the lawmakers should understand, because they are doing it for their own benefit. Now here, the political will should be there, but obviously it won't happen. The political will won't happen. So that is the reason why the third point, the Supreme Court has to involve. The Supreme Court has to interfere. The Supreme Court has to interfere. Involvement of Supreme Court in reviewing the reviewing powers. We have Supreme Court reviewing powers. In reviewing the powers of ED, so that it will make sure that it is not misused for political grudges. So to conclude, ED remains a cornerstone in India's anti-financial crimes framework. Thereby, its fair role is the need of the hour for fostering a robust economic environment in India. See, the thing is, it's a 10 marker, 150 marks, so we do not have much scope to write. An essay can be written on ED, but the thing is, we need to just give a brief idea what are the powers, how it is being misused, and that in a very crisp way. So this is what the ED is. So we'll come up with one more answer in our next class. Thank you.